Hi, this is Carolyn, and I'm here with Aaron, and we received an etiquette question that was pretty interesting. Aaron, can you read it?
Yes, I'd love to. And thank you to everyone that emails us. We love getting emails from people. This one says, I have a question. I was hoping that you would explore this on the podcast. Not sure that you've covered this topic yet. I'm curious how you feel about balls being aimed at people. I am a 3-5 player. I am tall and I get a lot of overheads. More overheads often end up going towards my opponents. It's not exactly intentional as I don't have a lot of control, but I'm also probably not trying to avoid them either. Is this bad etiquette? Do I need to avoid hitting players even if it will cost me a point?
Oh, that's a great question. Aaron, what did you say?
It is very good. So I don't want to read my exact follow-up because I don't remember what it was exactly, but a couple things about this. I mean, I know that I responded saying it is absolutely legal and not bad etiquette to aim the ball at someone, especially an overhead, and hit it for a winner, right? But here's what I have figured out. First of all, people do get really upset. Some people get upset. And I feel like a couple things. Number one, don't you feel like it's kind of based on our level?
Yeah.
So I feel like at the lower levels, people get upset. Someone was trying to hurt me. Someone aimed the ball at my face. You know, you get all kinds of that, right? People get really upset on the court. I have found, being moved up to 4-0 a couple of years ago when you and I were both moved up, that it is more than often someone will apologize if they've hit a ball at me, or if I've hit a ball at someone, I'll apologize. And the other person most of the time says, no, that was the right play.
Yes.
Don't apologize for it. That was the right way to win the point, basically. So I think a couple things. Number one, people do kind of put up their hand, or, some of us go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was aiming for the alley, but I don't have great aim. So I hit it right at you. Number one, right? So I think if you hit at someone and you just kind of give them a, hey, wasn't trying to hurt you, trying to win the point. I think that's great etiquette. Do you think so?
I agree. I will say this, that I really try not to hit at anyone, and I kind of get a vibe for the match. So sometimes there's a part of me that when, I am really trying to not aim anywhere near the person. And then if my partner gets hit, let's say, then
it's game on.
Well, then it's okay. I don't have to worry as much about not hitting them.
Gotcha.
They're, or being.
So you're trying to feel out the room.
I'm trying to feel out the room. Yes, there is a part of me that does that a little bit.
That's great etiquette, actually.
What kind of match is this going to be? And I've been hit a number of times. Yes. And when I get hit twice, and I know this may not be good from a strategy perspective or a winning perspective, but a lot of times after I get hit the second time, I back up.
Exactly. Again, Carolyn, I think that goes to speaking to the, from the 2-5s and the 3-0s and maybe the low 3-5s. And then from the 3-5s to the 4-5s and above, it is knowing that if you're getting hit for a reason. Either A, your partner is maybe throwing up a lob. Look, let's say you're the net person. If a partner's throwing up a lob and it's coming back and you're getting killed once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, you have to change your strategy. I think there's different situations. I think if you are like this person that wrote us and you're not intentionally trying to hit someone, you're not trying to hurt someone, you've learned that going at the player maybe closest to the net is the right move. That is perfectly acceptable in rec tennis.
Yes.
So when I was taking lessons in clinics as a 2-5, I actually wish that I had not learned from the pro that I took a lot of lessons from to hit at a player to get a point, right? So in the early days, we would be practicing doubles or whatever, and they would say, if you get the ball, hit it towards the net player or hit it at the net player. Literally, I remember him saying, hit it at the net player. And what that does is, typically that person, because they're closest to the net, doesn't have as much time to react. And so you would win a lot of points that way as a 2-5. Well, the higher levels, I feel like they know that the ball is going to come to them because that's the smart play. And so they're ready for it now. So like you think you're going to hit a winner and you hit at someone at 3-5 and 4-0 or 4-5. And they're like, yep, they just popped the ball back. Right. So I wish the language actually that I had learned, because now it's sort of muscle memory and ingrained in my brain, like hit at the player, is I wish they would have said hit between the players or hit where there's not a player on the court. Because even when I was in Costa Rica, we worked a lot on defending against overheads. And, your first line of defense is move back. But a lot of times you can't be back far enough where you're still not going to get hit at. But a lot of times the higher level players will hit at someone's feet, or that's what they think of now. Like if you hit the ball low, that's going to be the hardest ball to get. And so what Karen Rembert taught us in Costa Rica, which I thought was so smart, and we practice it and it works, is if you know the ball is like an overhead is going to come at you, back up till don't be moving while the ball is like coming towards you, because you're probably going to not mess it up, but get a really wide stance and put your racket down on the ground at an angle so that when that person hits at your feet, the ball is going to hit off your racket and usually pop over them almost like a lob for a winner in the back corner. And I can't tell you, Carolyn, how many times that worked over and over and over again, but hitting at or towards a player at the high levels, to me, isn't as effective as it is at the low levels. But I will say the people that get hit at the low levels and lose a point are the ones that are always upset about it.
Yes. Yes. Where they say, you hit me. Why are you hitting at me?
Yeah.
People do get upset. People get really upset over it.
And I do think there's a difference between trying to hit a winner, an overhead winner, even directly at a net person, even if you hit them in the stomach or the feet or the lower part of their body, is absolutely acceptable. What's not acceptable, and I know a lot of people, not that a lot of us have aim, but I do know that a lot of people complain about someone that I've heard a lot of people say, she tried to hit at my face.
Oh, yes.
That is not good etiquette. Hitting at a person is okay, and I don't think it's considered good or bad etiquette, but trying to hit at someone's face is not the way to play tennis ever.
Yes, and you don't want to hit anyone. You don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
No one's getting paid.
I think what you said at the beginning, which was if you've been hit several times, the strategy is don't get mad. Have a different strategy. Back up, or make sure your partner doesn't hit a lob, or hit the ball somewhere differently. I don't know. But yeah, if you continue to get hit, I don't think you can continue to get upset. I think at that point, you need to make a change on the court.
I back up really quickly. And the times that I've been scared on the court where, I'm like, I really don't want to get hurt has been a mixed.
Yeah, I was going to say it's different with men. Yeah.
And to me, it was even mixed at lower levels. And I felt like it was because at higher levels, the men seemed almost more in control. And then at lower levels, I don't think the man was like trying to come right at my face. But he was just, going
wild.
as hard as he could. Yeah, he had a short ball. He was going as hard as he could to rip it. And it went right at my face. And I was able to get the racket up. And then I immediately backed up. And I go, never again am I going to be near the net with that person. So,
yeah. Well, and the other thing too, I just thought about this, but you have a really good attitude about getting hit at. I don't know if you even know this, or I know you remember this. I know you'll remember the story when I say it, but Carolyn and I were playing a playoff match together for our team to make it to states. And we were playing against these two women who were very serious about the match. We were all very serious about the match. This was to go on to
this is for the state tournament.
This is for the state tournament where we were going to get a towel.
You get a medal if you win.
Yes, medal. That's true. But if we won our local league, we were going to get a towel or a shot glass or a bag tag. I mean, we were going for it, right?
It's for everything. It's for everything.
We were going for it. So Carolyn and I were playing together, and I remember, like I said, our opponents were very just business-like, right? There was no niceties. There was no, giggling, talking about children. There was nothing. We were there to play tennis, win a match, and move on to states. And Carolyn, I don't know how, but somehow Carolyn got hit. I probably threw up a bad lob or sent it right to the net player, and the net player hit Carolyn. I kind of think it was like stomach area-ish. I think you probably got your racket just because you have such quick reflexes. And I remember her kind of putting her hand up saying, apologizing, like, I didn't mean to hit you like at your chest or, whatever. And you said, do you remember this? You said to her, no, do it. Hit me again. That was smart. Or, something to like ease the tension.
Oh, yes. I remember
You remember
that. I was
that?
like, that's a great shot. It was a
Great shot. Do it again. I remember you specifically saying like, do it again. That was smart, or something like that. That cut the tension of that court to the point where after the match was over and you and I lost, I don't know if you remember that about it. They were so nice to us. Like, it was like you got immediate respect from that person because you weren't like, I can't believe you'd hit me at the net. You didn't cause an argument. You didn't say that's bad etiquette. You shouldn't hit me. You said, that's smart. And she immediately, and I remember saying to that woman after, and I did not know her well at the time, I said, don't you steal Carol and try to get her on a team of yours.
Yeah.
But she immediately respected you because you didn't like complain about it. You were like, that was the right move. And they won the point and they won the match.
Yeah, because it is hard because you do hear, especially if you're super aggressive at the net and you do hit someone, people do get upset. They get really upset. And it is part of the game. And I don't think anybody is like trying to hurt anyone out there. But
I think there's some out there, but there's always people on the fringe, right? What do you think, like if Mike were on this right now, if Mike were on the podcast right now, what do you think it looks like? Have you watched enough of his men's matches? Because my husband doesn't play. So have you watched enough of his? Do they hit each other? I think they do that and they just move on.
Yeah, I think they hit each other all the time. And there's very much, if I don't want to get hit, I move back. If I get hit a couple times, I'm not going to, do that. But they get hit a lot and there's no, animosity.
And then they have a beer after.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a little bit different. But I will tell you with mixed, I think mixed is strange. And we're going to have another episode on mixed soon.
Yes. Alert. We're doing a mixed episode.
Yes, because of the new mixed rule. So we'll definitely have a lot of comments about that. But I know when Mike's playing mixed, he'll get hit. The woman will hit the ball and the man may hit it right, like nail him at it, and he's like, what are we doing here? He tries, especially in mix, not to hit anyone, not to,
yes.
So
you're saying his partner, his woman partner will hit a ball, hit it to the man, and the man will basically, like it's a weak shot. And so Mike pays the cost because the guy will take the opponent guy will take the ball and hit it right at Mike for a winner.
Yeah. So like the 3-0 woman hits the ball.
Right.
And then if Mike were playing 7-0 mixed and then the guy nails Mike with the ball. Right. So I do think there's a little bit of like, what are you doing? With that.
Mike's like, you're not reading the room. You're
not reading the room. Like he could do that too on a 7-0 court. But I don't know. It's just hard.
But that's a good point. So you're talking about the difference between 7-0 and like 10-0. I guarantee those people hit each other all the time. So it's a difference it's a difference between like 2-5 to 4-5.
Yes.
Every level that you go up, it's more and more acceptable to hit at someone.
I think so. I think that's exactly right, Erin, that I think the higher you go, the more it's acceptable or they'll back up or there's not there's no like, what are you doing? It's more of, okay,
they're like, what I'm doing is I'm winning the point by hitting you.
Please let us know what you think. Are you more like that jerk just hit me, or it's okay if you hit me as long as you don't hit it in my face? Or do you think it changes based on level or what you're playing, such as mixed, or is it just part of the game? You can message us on our website, which is secondservepodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening and hope to see you on the courts soon.